This tutorial will review the Drawdown application and some recent upgrades to it. If you have any problems navigating the tool, please contact the OFCC IT Help Desk at ofccithelp@ofcc.ohio.gov. The Drawdown application is a web-based tool that authorizes payments to a school district, providing 4.5 months' worth of project funds. Several upgrades have been recently made, but the tool still functions as it has, and project managers can choose whether they will use the enhancements. To get started, Drawdown users must be assigned to a role: Construction Manager, Project Administrator, School District Treasurer, or Finance. OFCC project managers should make a request to assign these roles by emailing the IT Help Desk. Navigate to the Drawdown application and sign in. Make sure you are working in the proper quarter. The date displayed is the start date for the quarter. For initial setup, choose the first quarter in the Drawdown range. For new projects, the person in the Construction Manager, or CM, role must complete an initial setup. Click on Initial Setup and then select the proper school district. Enter all applicable information from the project budget. All budget information must match the approved master plan. Click Next. You will see a warning message about the project end date, but this is all right. Review the budget information on the next screen and click Next. Before the first draw can be permitted, spending projections must be entered either manually or by importing the data from the S-curve application. To import cost projections from the S-curve application, click Choose File, navigate to your S-curve file, and upload it. Review the information and click Save. S-curve projections are now available. Navigate to the PCF Expenditures tab. To distribute the funds between state and local share, click Set State-Local Split to Default Values. This divides project cost projections by the state and local share percentage. It is advisable to click this only during initial setup, as clicking this button will overwrite any actual amounts that have been manually entered on the page. Any ELP credits that a district has will appear in the first month of the drawdown. Initial setup is now complete. To enter a quarterly draw, again ensure that you are working in the proper quarter. The person in the CM role enters the drawdown information. Click Quarterly Update and then select the project. On the Other Expenditures tab, review the OFCC voucher information for the quarter. If the information is accurate, you can automatically send that information to the PCF Expenditure tab. Note that voucher amounts include LFI, but when you click the checkbox next to the amount, the LFI is split out into a separate column. Only non-LFI amounts will be carried into the PCF Expenditure tab. Click Save once you've selected which voucher amounts to carry over. Please note that this carryover will only work if the school district treasurer has properly entered the vouchers and pay requests into OFCC. Navigate to the PCF Expenditures tab. OFCC actual voucher amounts are shown in green text. To reflect the actual project costs paid during the previous quarter, You can adjust the amounts manually or by using the checkbox method on the Other Expenditure tab. The person in the Project Administrator or PA role can also now view but not edit OFCC voucher and invoice data that is imported into Drawdown. It is important that this information is properly entered into OFCC by the school district treasurer. If this information is up to date in OFCC, project managers can get an accurate reading of the project funds and cash on hand. If needed, you can use the Rollback Values to the Previous Quarter button. Use this button when you are concerned that there is a mistake in the current information. All fields, both actual historical results and future projected spending, will be rolled back to the value of the last draw approved. Updating the actual voucher amounts, either automatically or manually, requires an adjustment to the future spending projections. You are documenting whether project spending and therefore project schedules are on time. You have either gone ahead of schedule and therefore spent more money than projected, or fallen behind and spent less. If you don't adjust future projections, the actual spending plus projected spending will no longer equal the project co-funded budget, and the drawdown will fail to be approved. Use the Adjust Future Distributions button on the PCF Expenditure tab to select a method for changing future spending projections. There are 4 methods available to automatically recalculate future spending projections: proportional distribution across all future months, adjust for schedule results, all in next quarter, and all in last quarter. You can also enter adjustments manually. Let's first look at proportional distribution across all future months. With proportional distribution across all future months, dollar variances are distributed across the remaining months in proportion to the existing rate of projected spending. So a future month's projection becomes the sum of the month's original projection and the projection divided by the planned remaining funds multiplied by the variance in the previous quarter's spending. Use this method to adjust for normal schedule variance when a project has a set, non-negotiable end date and must make up for any schedule changes before its deadline. To use this method, click Adjust Future Distributions and select Proportional Distribution. Click OK. A preview screen will show you the projection adjustments, and you can check that the total amount column now matches the budget amount column. Click Accept Projections to commit these adjustments. In the Adjust for Schedule Results method, any changes to the project schedule are assumed to be constant and the entire spending projection is shifted to adjust to the new schedule. For example, if actual spending was 10% higher than the projected spending for a quarter, this method assumes that the project got 10% ahead of schedule for that period. 10% of a 90-day quarter is 9 days. This method then assumes that the project will remain, in this example, 9 days ahead of schedule. The entire S-curve, or projected spending curve, is shifted by 9 days, and the values on the drawdown are updated accordingly. This method is best for accommodating normal schedule variance when a project's end date is negotiable. To use this method, click Adjust Future Distributions and select Per Schedule Results. Preview the changes and click Accept Projections to commit to these amounts. The third method for adjusting future spending projections is to move the difference, positive or negative, to the following quarter. This method might be used when a schedule difference is highly likely to be fixed in the following quarter. Click All in Next Quarter, click OK to preview the changes, and click Accept Projections to commit these amounts. The fourth and final option for adjustment is to place all remaining differences in the final quarter of the drawdown. This method is useful if actuals are different from projections due to cost savings rather than schedule adjustments. Preview the changes and click Accept Projections to commit to these amounts. Projected spending can be reevaluated and updated each quarter, and you may use any one of the four methods as needed. Remember that if you think a mistake has been made, you can use the Roll Back to Previous Quarter button to start over. When the totals amount and the budget line match on the PCF Expenditure tab, you can submit the draw for approval by clicking Next. Now, users in the four roles must each review and approve the draw. To approve the draw, navigate to the Approve tab and click Confirm Approval. The drawdown application will then check to make sure all totals match. If there is a problem, an error message will direct you to fix it. Do so by using the Modify Drawdowns tab. This draw has been approved. To track approvals, you can see the status of any quarterly drawdown on the Quarterly Status page. To see a job aid PDF for a review of this tutorial and a glossary of terms used in the drawdown process, click Help and Job Aid. Several tutorial PDFs are available for your use. If you need more assistance or have questions, please contact the OFCC IT Help Desk at ofccithelp@ofcc.ohio.gov.